Moringa plant is a summer season plant and have amazing health benefits that makes it a superfood. And it is really easy to grow moringa leaves at home. In this video, we are going to talk about Moringa Plant Care that helps you grow lots of leaves on them. So let's start. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates. Moringa plant is basically native to South Asia, and at first it is mostly used by the doctors. They called this plant as the miracle tree because of its so many benefits on health. Moringa plant is grown as a permanent outdoor plant that became a tree with time. Their roots, leaves, stem, seeds, etc. all of them are used to be eaten for solving different health issues. We can grow them from their seeds as well as from their cuttings. The best season to grow their seeds is in early spring days when temperature is really normal, and you can grow their cuttings as well in springs. Moringa plants starts their growth from the early springs and continue to grow until late falls. In between, you can grow them whenever you want, either by their seeds or their cuttings. Moringa plant that is also called as drumstick plant requires a very less care, and you can grow them in the ground as well as in the pots. The growth in ground is far better than the potted moringa plant. If you want to grow them in the pots, try to provide as bigger container as you can. Now let's take a quick look on the care of moringa tree. The most important thing to take care is the watering style, as it requires a frequent amount of water daily, with a well-draining soil mix. A deep watering on alternate days works really well. First let the soil to dry out a little and then add a good amount of water in it. A common problem found in moringa plant is yellowing of leaves and a stunted growth. Moringa plant is a fast-growing plant, and this problem only happens when you are adding water, but it's not draining out. In the grounded plant, this problem doesn't appear most of the time. Overwatered moringa plant doesn't grow well. Moringa plant is a hardy plant and can be cured from yellowing leaves by simply using a good soil mix. Drumstick plant requires a well-draining, soft soil mix. You can grow this plant in any soil mix, just make sure the water is draining out properly. You can also use a good soil added in the description box, or just add a handful of sand in your regular mix and plant moringa straight into it. Moringa plant don't like overwatering, but a underwatered moringa plant doesn't stop growing, because they have small tuber in their roots that helps them facing water shortage. Moringa plant is a tropical to subtropical area plant, and likes a little humid area, but it can also survive well in a dry area. The sunlight requirement for moringa plant is as usual. As it is a summer season plant, a well-lit area with plenty of direct sunlight works perfect. Amount of sunlight also somehow decides the growth rate of moringa tree. For a grounded moringa plant, you can choose an area with at least 4 to 5 hours of direct sunlight. And for a potted moringa tree, put it at least in an hour of direct sunlight so it keeps on growing. Deficiency of sunlight also makes leaves yellow, but this thing doesn't affect most of the time. Without sunlight, the moringa plant hardly survives and faces other problems too. So make sure a good sunny spot for the proper growth of moringa. For a detailed article on this topic, you can also check out a link in the description box. Another thing that promotes a very fast growth on moringa plant is fertilization. As we grow it to enjoy the benefits of its leaves, therefore for the healthier growth of moringa leaves, a nitrogen-enriched fertilizer works really well. Because it is an edible plant, therefore use of chemical fertilizers must be avoided. An organic nitrogen-enriched fertilizer, like cow dung, every 15 to 20 days make it grow really fast. Cow dung have a good amount of nitrogen in it, and it also contains many of the other beneficial effects, so must use it. 50 grams of cow dung in the soil of moringa tree works well. For a bigger tree, you should try out our liquid cow dung fertilizer that is added in the description box. That video will describe you all about cow dung liquid fertilizer, so must check out that. For the faster growth of moringa plant, regular pruning also plays a big role. Pruning gives chance to grow back with more branches, and more branches means more leaves too. So keep pruning moringa branches as they get bigger than several feet. If we talk about the pests and diseases found in moringa tree, then they are fewer, like yellowing of leaves, a stunted growth, and for the pests and insects, caterpillars, and mites, etc. found on them. But it is a hard to kill plant and these problems aren't so much common. To keep them away, follow up this care guide and use Neem Oil Pesticide spray that works perfect to prevent all type of pests. A video is added in the description to make pesticide out of neem oil. So it's all about moringa plant. For any question, leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.